Today's show is sponsored by the Electric Vehicle Association. Join up to support the electrification of transport and get the help you need to finance your own EV or clean energy future. And by the 8th Annual Chicago Chesed Fund Tesla Raffle. Head to the link below and use the code TRANSPORTEVOLVED to get $25 off 2 tickets. The draw takes place on Labor Day, so time's running out. And by Fully Charged Live USA. Come down to San Diego on September 10th and 11th to take part in the live extravaganza of EV fun. Get 15% off your tickets for this year's show by following the link below and using TE22 at checkout. With panels galore and loads of things to look at and do, it's the best way to start off your EV autumn. We'll be there, will you? Welcome back to TEN or Transport Evolve News. Thanks for tuning in and for clicking that subscribe bell. It is good to be back, and I'm sorry if you missed the message that we were taking off last week due to Formula E in New York. Tesla published its official second quarter figures at the close of trading in New York on Wednesday, and despite having a tough quarter due to external influences like COVID-19 lockdowns and supply chain issues, still beat expectations. All in all, the company confirmed a total production of 258,580 cars and 254,695 deliveries. That's down on Q1, but a year-on-year increase of 25%. Total revenues sat at $16.9 billion, up 41.6% from the same period last year, and $400 million more than Wall Street predicted. Adjusted earnings per share sat at $2.27, 46 cents more than Wall Street expected. Tesla stock has enjoyed more than an 11% surge as a consequence. We'll cover some more from the Q2 call later in the show. Porsche has quietly announced some important hardware and software tweaks coming to the Taycan family that will make them even better. The hardware tweaks, all of which will come with 2023 model year Taycan and Taycan Cross Turismo models, are not anything to get super excited about, but new software updates are more significant. In addition to user interface tweaks, wireless Android Auto and better charge station filtering on route planning, Porsche's latest software includes de-energizing the front motor on dual motor models in both normal and range mode, improving efficiency, as well as a faster, more responsive precondition mode designed to allow for even higher rapid charging speeds. Existing cars will get these features via an upcoming over-the-air update. Responsible for steering Volkswagen away from the cheating days of the Dieselgate scandal and towards a greener future, Dr. Herbert Diess has overseen Volkswagen's rebranding as one of the most pro-EV legacy automakers out there. But Diess's time at the top hasn't been without its problems, and for some time many of Volkswagen's older board members, not to mention members of Volkswagen's Works Council, have been looking for a reason to get rid of him. They've apparently just succeeded, with Diess surprisingly announcing on Friday that he will be stepping down as brand CEO, quote-unquote, by mutual agreement at the end of August. In his place, Porsche brand boss Oliver Blume, who said in a statement that, quote, "My focus will be on the customer's brands and products," end quote, will take the reins. Let's hope that that includes a great deal of EV products too. Ford has announced a major expansion in its battery supply chain as part of its plans to ramp up production of existing models and introduce a new SUV in Europe. Detailing new contracts with suppliers representing an additional 60 gigawatt-hours of battery cells per year, Ford says it will be able to expand production to a run rate of 600,000 vehicles by late 2023 and 2 million or more by the end of 2026. Ford is also looking to diversify its battery portfolio, with lithium iron phosphate battery packs due to be used in some Mustang Mach E's from next year onwards and F-150 Lightnings from 2024 onwards. Its contracted suppliers now include LG Energy Solutions, SK On, and for the new LFP packs, CATL, which Ford says will produce cell-to-pack designs for Mach E and F-150 Lightnings. It is no secret that the automotive market is pretty wild right now, with very few new cars available to buy, and that's made the price of used cars soar to unbelievable highs. This week, a new study from iSeeCars.com shows that while the fastest new selling cars on the market in June were ICE vehicles, with the Subaru Crosstrek leading the pack, plug-in cars absolutely dominate the charts of quickest selling used cars. In top place, the Tesla Model Y, taking just 24.9 days on average to sell, followed by the Toyota Prius Prime at 25.1 days and the Ford Mustang Mach E at 26.8 days. Toyota Prius, Tesla Model 3 and Tesla Model X occupy 5th through 7th places, and it just shows how much in demand plug-in cars are right now. Volkswagen confirmed this week that North American customers wanting to buy the 2023 Volkswagen ID.4 can now look forward to buying a US-made car. A new entry-level model will be made stateside at Volkswagen's Chattanooga facility with a 62 kWh battery pack and presumably lower sticker price. The current entry-level ID.4 with a larger 82 kWh battery pack and rear-wheel drivetrain sells for just under $42,000 before incentives, but this new variant is expected to undercut that quite considerably, placing the ID.4's starting price down as low as maybe $35,000. That's not bad for a car that's significantly larger than the Chevrolet Bolt's EUV and comes from the factory with towing capabilities as standard. Final pricing is yet to be set, but of course when we have it, we will share. As part of its massive investment into Rivian, Amazon charged the startup with designing and building a brand new, fully connected, all-electric delivery vehicle. This week, Amazon shared that it now has enough Rivian-made Amazon delivery vehicles to transition urban delivery fleets away from ICE. According to the company, it's now deploying its electric vans in Baltimore, Chicago, Dallas, Kansas City, Nashville, Phoenix, San Diego, St. Louis, and Seattle, with other cities coming online in the next few weeks and months. In total, Amazon says it will have enough Rivian-built delivery vehicles to put 100 major cities on the road with electric delivery vehicles by the end of the year. And while we all find certain Amazon business practices and ethics questionable, it's at least good to see it displace ICE vehicles with electric ones instead. As I hinted earlier in the show, Tesla's quarterly earnings showed some pretty interesting snippets of information other than the financials, including Tesla's progress with FSD Beta. Tesla's ever-expanding fleet of FSD Beta participants have now covered a cumulative 35 million miles, 56 million kilometers, with the growth curve in miles driven starting to trend steeply upwards. Musk says FSD Beta V11, a new iteration that's due to roll out via over-the-air updates in the coming months, will include a merging of highway and city driving software stacks to create a single, massive FSD Beta software stack. As a side, Musk also reiterated this week, as FSD Beta edges closer to full deployment, Tesla will yet again increase the price of buying FSD Beta beyond its current $12,000 price tag. J.D. Power's range of automotive surveys are often quite controversial in the EV world, partly because they don't always portray Tesla and other EVs in a positive light, and partly because of the way its surveys are carried out. Its latest, the 2022 Automotive Performance Execution and Layout Study, Appeal, spelled incorrectly for short, places the Mercedes-Benz EQS electric sedan and Kia EV6 atop the large premium car and compact SUV categories respectively. However, J.D. Power notes that overall plug-in hybrid and hybrid vehicles perform the worst when it comes to owner's attachment and level of excitement at driving, as do most battery electric vehicles. Tesla, included for the first time in the survey, was penalised because of some technicalities relating to it not giving J.D. Power access to customer data in some markets. Had that not been the case, I do think this would have been a very different survey indeed. Most modern cars on the market today have some kind of cellular connection in them so that their respective makers can offer customers remote telematics, app integrations, and more. Those services usually come with some pretty strict rules about privacy. But how would you feel about allowing your automaker to monitor your every move in exchange for a significant discount on your new car price? Well, that's exactly what Cadillac is doing. In order to better understand its customers, the automaker is asking select Lyric EV owners to sign a non-disclosure agreement to allow General Motors to monitor their car use and charging in real time. In exchange, customers are reportedly getting a $5,500 discount off MSRP. Depending on how you feel about surveillance, it might just be a way to a cheaper car. Short shorts are on the way, but first, how would you like to win a Tesla of your choice or $50,000 in cash? Well, make sure you pay attention because I'm about to tell you about the 8th annual Tesla raffle from the Chicago Chesed Fund. The Chicago Chesed Fund is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping families in crisis and has literally hundreds of programs and services in operation. In a world where COVID-19 is still trying to make its presence felt, this Chicago-based charity has been helping people stay safe, fed, employed and healthy. We have been promoting the raffle for many years on this channel and we are super excited to be taking a part again. So to find out more about the program or to buy tickets, head to ccfraffle.com where you can get 2 tickets for $175 just by using the promo code TRANSPORTEVOLVED. There's a total of 9,999 tickets available and the draw takes place on Labor Day. So time is running out to both support this great organisation and for you to grab your tickets. And now, it's time for short shorts. Mini has unveiled a new variant of the Mini Cooper SE built with accessibility in mind, available with a choice of steering wheel mounted accelerator ring or dash mounted hand controls. Mini claims it's the first automaker in its segment to offer from the factory adaptation. Amidst mounting pressure from lawmakers, the White House and environmental groups, the US Postal Service has expanded the number of electric mail trucks it plans on ordering. Now 40% will be electric, but it still leaves more gas trucks than EVs. According to Automotive News, this week, Hyundai Motors' European marketing chief confirmed that the automaker is looking to launch a fully electric EV for the European market that will start from the equivalent of $20,000. Just not yet. US motorcycle startup Ryvid has revealed its Anthem motorcycle for the first time, promising commuter bike specs for under $8,000. The launch edition of the Anthem electric motorcycle will go on sale in August, with deliveries starting next summer. ZeroAvia has secured more than $30 million in additional funding from big names, including IAG, Barclays and more, to help it bring its hydrogen electric planes to full-scale production. So far, its B-Series funding totals $68 million. As part of its quarterly earnings publication this week, we learned that Tesla has sold nearly 75% of the Bitcoin it had previously been holding. Converting all of that Bitcoin to cash added $936 million to the company's balance sheet. A new study by retail service tracking company Pied Piper into automotive customer satisfaction shows that EV-only brands like Rivian, Lucid, Polestar and Tesla consistently underperform when it comes to after-sales and service satisfaction. Work remains to be done. Porsche has confirmed this week that a new flagship electric SUV is in the works for the brand. Promising 3-row seating, it will be launched to sell above the Cayenne and Macan in the Porsche lineup, essentially becoming a halo SUV for the brand. Rimac has confirmed this week that it's going to be expanding its electric vehicle battery business, expanding its offerings to include various 46X form factor cells. While this will include 4680 factor cells, other cell heights will be added to the mix. Lotus has completed its billion-dollar production facility in Wuhan, China, and its first pre-production Lotus Electra has already rolled off the production line. The factory will be home to Lotus's new lineup of EVs, but it's not clear when series production will begin. Volkswagen has announced Scott Kerr, President and CEO of Volkswagen North America, will become the President and CEO of Volkswagen's brand new electric vehicle company, Scout. He will be responsible for bringing the Scout SUV and pickup to market. The Biden administration has set aside a total of $56 million into a new funding program designed to accelerate and expand the domestic production of photovoltaic solar panels in the US. Now, most panels are imported from Asia. Following the official reveal event for the Chevrolet Blazer EV, which we covered on this channel midweek, Chevrolet has updated its customer website to include a product page for the upcoming Equinox SUV. The car is due to go into production next year. After 2 years of internal work, Triumph has officially unveiled its TE-1 electric motorcycle and showcased what the prototype can do. Triumph says it will offer 100 miles, 160 kilometers of range, do the stoplight sprint in 3.6 seconds, and have rapid charging. In order to expedite travel of parts and components from the Mexico border to the US, specifically to the state of Texas, Tesla has apparently negotiated a deal to secure its own lane at the local border crossing on the Mexican side. It's not clear how much time will be saved. The first batch of Nissan Ariya SUVs have arrived in the UK ahead of the official UK launch later this month. The Nissan Ariya, which we first saw back in 2019, has taken its sweet time to go on sale, primarily due to the parts shortages caused by COVID-19. Sticking with the UK, the 2023 MG5 EV, which recently underwent a facelift, has been priced for the UK market. The new model is substantially more expensive, pushing its starting price to £30,995 sterling. Tesla has officially stopped scheduling new solar roof installations in most markets across the US. Reasons to this are not 100% clear, but we do know Tesla is only achieving a tiny fraction of the planned solar roof deployment goals it set itself in 2019. Alpine has released a new concept car called the A110 E-Ternité at the French Formula One Grand Prix. It's an all-electric two-door that's based on the gas A110, and frankly, I would love to see this enter into production, as I think the world needs more small EVs. Chinese battery specialists S-Volt, owned by Great Wall Motor Group, has announced that its latest generation of solid-state battery packs are now achieving energy densities of between 350 to 400 watt-hours per kilogram. That's pretty promising. The 2 millionth Tesla to be made at the Fremont production facility in California has rolled off the line. A Model 3 resplendent in Tesla's trademark red paint, it's going to be quite the special car for whoever ends up owning it. Congratulations, Tesla. Chinese automaker Zeekr has teased images of its next all-electric model. Owned by Geely, the brand shares much of its DNA with Polestar and Volvo, but the new Zeekr 009 is unlike anything we've seen before. A fully fledged, massive minivan ready to take on the likes of the Mercedes-Benz EQV. Another snippet of news we learned from Tesla's quarterly report this week was the welcome news that its various facilities around the world are ramping up productions at quite astonishing rates. Tesla Giga Austin will apparently hit 1,000 cars per week very soon. In the exact reverse move to the one that brought us the civilian version of the Humvee, GM Defense has confirmed that it will be providing the new Hummer EV to the US Army as part of an evaluation program designed to figure out if it could electrify the US military fleet where possible. Tesla confirmed during its Q2 earnings this week that it plans to officially begin 4680 form factor cell production at Giga Austin in Texas this quarter, ramping up to full-scale volume production by the end of the year. This will dramatically help Tesla expand vehicle production. Ford may be ramping up its electric vehicle program goals and preparing to add more battery suppliers to make that a reality, but this week it announced 8,000 job cuts from its internal combustion engine vehicle lines to help fund its shift towards EVs. Lightning E-Motors has unveiled its next-generation mobile rapid charging trailer for use by both commercial and consumer electric vehicles. Called the Lightning Mobile Charging Station, it features up to 5 DC quick charging stations per trailer. Finishing off our data dump from Tesla's Q2 earnings this week was the news that Tesla has developed a new seatbelt pre-tensioner system that relies on Tesla vision to identify and react to impending collisions. Elon Musk says that Tesla is the first automaker to use such a system. The US Department of Energy has announced a new $96 million funding pot to support the decarbonisation of the domestic transportation sector, focusing on expanding EV charging accessibility and electrifying non-road-based forms of transportation. After months of teasing, Cadillac has finally revealed its Celestiq show car. With a rear end I'm going to politely call unique, the show car previews future design language from the brand, and the company says we'll see a production Celestiq in the near future. And those are your short shorts. There will be more next week. Swedish Kenyan mobility company Roam, which went through a comprehensive rebranding earlier this year, has just unveiled its first large-scale production motorcycle. While the company has been making electric motorcycles for use in Africa, the Roam Air, unveiled midweek, is its first global model. Built with simplicity and function in mind, it's not the fastest ride out there with a top speed of just 90 kilometers per hour or 55 miles per hour. But with a choice of 1 or 2 removable battery packs and a starting price from as low as $1,500 US, this motorcycle, if it delivers on its promises, could be super revolutionary. I've been closely watching what Rome has been doing for some time, and honestly, I'm seriously considering buying one myself, even with a limited top speed. At that price, it could help electrify not just a generation, but the entire world. And finally, as we've covered before, electric vehicles are really easy to convert to alternative controls thanks to the fact that they're pretty much all drive-by-wire. But the one thing that's still very much a challenge to many adapted car drivers is the matter of charging away from home, be it caused by the sheer weight and size of a rapid charging connector or by the awkward placement that many charging stations have relative to someone on crutches or in a wheelchair. And to help, Ford has just unveiled a new prototype charging robot that automates the rapid charging process. Pull next to the unit, activate it with a smartphone app, and it takes care of the rest. While I know Ford isn't the first automaker to look at robotic charging, Tesla made some prototypes a long time ago, I cannot emphasize how important it is to figure this out if we're all going to transition to EVs. So, kudos Ford. And on that note, we are done for the day. But before I go, a huge thank you to the Electric Vehicle Association for sponsoring today's show. They've been advocating for EVs since 1967 and firmly believe our future depends on us making the switch to clean green electric cars today. The EVA can help you find someone near to you that can help you make the switch to electric. It can help you become an EV educator, and it can point you in the direction of monthly meetups for like-minded EV fans. And if you do become a member, you'll gain access to a new clean energy and EV loan program set up between the EVA and the Colorado Clean Energy Credit Union. You can find out more by heading to electricauto.org. And of course, thanks again to the 8th annual Chicago Chesed Fund Tesla raffle for sponsoring today's show. Head to the link below and use the code TRANSPORTEVOLVED to get $25 off 2 tickets. Don't forget to hit subscribe and the bell for this channel and our other channel, Transport Evolved Take 2. And if you're not already a channel member or a Patreon supporter, please consider becoming one. Or you can send us a tip through Ko-fi or check out our cool swag store. And if you did like what you saw today, please consider adding a super thanks to your comment. It is easy to do, and it all goes to helping the channel grow. I'll be back with more great content next week, but until then, thanks for joining me, and as always, keep evolving!